What's up, Taiwan? I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's central bank has raised the country's interest rate. The 0.125 percentage point increase was expected by market analysts and will take effect on Friday. It's the bank's fourth interest rate hike this year. Bank officials say the rise comes amid high inflation and shrinking exports. The move follows the U.S. Federal Reserve's decision on Wednesday to raise its rate by half a percentage point. As policymakers resort to tighter monetary measures to combat inflation, price pressures have been felt by most people in Taiwan, especially during the year-end period. Lawmakers have devised a draft law to help more people struggling with finances. Bing Wang reports.
46-year-old street vendor Bai Junxiang hasn't taken a day off in almost 2 decades. 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, he makes and sells pasta on this street. But he says business isn't as good as it used to be, and his profits have suffered.
因为疫情的关系，进口的东西都变得贵很多。其实我们涨得很痛苦，对，那只是没有人晓得，我们大家都是硬撑的吧，对啊。那希望说疫情慢慢过去回稳，能够再回到一个比较稳定的一个营收的。
Many in Taiwan are feeling the same financial pinch. Inflation is rising, and the prices of produce like these are much higher than they used to be. Staples like rice are also more expensive, up 2.5% in price compared to this time last year. The cost of eating in restaurants is also up by 6%, and Taiwan's rental price index hit a record high in October. To alleviate people's economic struggles, lawmakers from the ruling Democratic Progressive Party, or DPP, proposed a bill to lower the poverty threshold. In Taiwan, the poverty line is set at 60% of the country's median income per capita. That's almost 19,000 NT dollars, or around $600 US a month. Right now, 0.5% of the population, or 130,000 people, fall under this line. The median income per capita is recalculated every year, and if it doesn't increase by at least 5%, then the poverty line stays the same. Because of that 5% bar, Taiwan hasn't changed its poverty line in almost 12 years. This new bill will lower that threshold to 3%, widening the group of people eligible to receive benefits. 600,000 households would then be reclassified as low income. But the ministry tasked with the budget and acts as Taiwan's comptroller says it will be difficult and expensive to change such laws.
那因为调增的这个频率会增加，那它会涉及到18项法规的一个修正，那行政成本也确实上会变得比较繁复的一些。
Lawmaker Liu Sifang, who is also leading the charge, says Taiwan has enough money to help the people falling under a new line.
我认为大概是在70亿到80亿左右，假设啦哈，如果不计算任何通货膨胀或者是物价调整的话，那所以如果这样的数目字呢是我们的年度预算可以放进去的话，我们所有的委员都很希望行政院可以来从宽认定这样的贫穷线。
Lowering that threshold would help hundreds of thousands of Taiwanese people, including street vendors like Bai. You would better be able to make ends meet and hopefully take a much-needed day off. Eason Chen and Bing Wang for TaiwanPlus.
A defense industry veteran revealed previously classified details in his recent memoir, confirming that a Taiwanese missile has enough range to hit Beijing. Gong Jiazhen used to head Taiwan's top weapons developer, which makes the Yunfeng cruise missile. In his book, Gong says the Yunfeng can reach as far as 1,000 kilometers and fly at 3 times the speed of sound. Analysts say that Yunfeng could be used to hit airports and troop staging areas, impeding China's ability to attack Taiwan. Besides weapon development, Taiwan's basic physical training for military service personnel will also undergo an overhaul. The new diversified training approach borrows from the U.S. Army's fitness tests and sports science. The country's defense ministry says the goal is to strengthen fitness in 4 areas: heart and lung endurance, muscle strength, muscle endurance, and flexibility.
多元性向的概念那主要是来自于美国陆军它的一个这个 整体健康促进计划哈，它里面强调的就是刚才提到的这个战力3要素哈，就是强调军人应该要多元运动，然后这个充分睡眠跟均衡饮食，那来提升我们军人的整体的健康，然后进而增加我们的整体的作战能力哈。
Taiwanese police have been grappling with the surge in human trafficking cases. Now footage has emerged of armed officers busting a scam ring on the way to sell their victims. Stash Butler reports.
This video has just emerged of police sweeping in to bust a human trafficking ring. Taiwanese special forces arrested the group earlier this week in Taoyuan, less than an hour's drive from the capital, Taipei. Police say the scammers had kidnapped 3 people.
期间并扣留被害人手机，禁止被害人对外联系，要求被害人不许擅离，甚至以殴打被害人。全案将依组织犯罪条例、人口贩运、非法拘禁等罪嫌移送。
The arrests are part of a wave of human trafficking cases. Scammers lure their victims with promises of high-paying jobs, then hold them captive, empty their bank accounts, and put them to work finding more victims. Many are even tricked into going overseas. Police believe almost 700 people have been trafficked to Cambodia and other Southeast Asian countries. They've helped more than 400 return. That still leaves about 300 trapped abroad. Police say the victims are forced to help their captors run online scams.
这疫情大家在家里面常常这个运用这个网络上网这个部分，其实常常就会收到一些诈骗的这个讯息啦。他对于这个网银这个运作不了解的，不小心的就把 OTP 的简讯交给陌生人，自己的这个账户就被盗了。
Taiwanese prosecutors dealt with more than 400 cases of telecoms fraud between June and November last year, but this year that number skyrocketed to over 700. That's a rise of more than 70%. This gang bust captured on camera may stop one group of fraudsters, but while the scams keep working, police will face an ongoing struggle to save others from Taiwan's kidnapping rings. Klein Wang and Stash Butler for TaiwanPlus.
A magnitude 6.2 earthquake struck Taiwan on Thursday. So far, no deaths or serious injuries have been reported. The quake struck at a shallow depth just off the east coast of Taiwan, around 140 kilometers from the capital, Taipei. It rocked buildings across the country, and the worst shaking was felt in the east near the epicenter. The quake has been followed by at least 8 aftershocks. Taiwan Seismic Center says 2022 has been a record year for seismic activity.
除了921那天就是921地震极级地震之外呢，大概是我们记录上规模发生6以上是最多的一年。
The mountain ranges in central Taiwan are famous for offering stunning views of the surrounding landscapes, but nearby tectonic plates are rubbing shoulders, which is causing some of the country's mountain peaks to now get even higher. John Van Trist tells us more.
It's the roof of Taiwan, a rugged alpine land where peaks approach 4,000 meters above sea level. Welcome to the Central Mountain Range, where people are few, but grand views are many. Recently, scientists have found that the mountains here are continuing to grow. This is due to the Philippine Sea tectonic plate, which lies just off Taiwan's east coast. It's pushing into the plate Taiwan sits on at a speed of 7 to 8 centimeters a year, forcing the land to reach ever greater heights.
花东纵谷以东这个地方，它的速度量会比较大一点，有可能在台湾中部，就是中央山脉这附近这个地方，是种种的力量，然后让它的山变高这样。
Over a long time, the southern edge of the range around Jade Mountain, Taiwan's highest peak, could experience particular growth.
现在比较碰撞比较激烈的那这个还是在中南部这边，玉山南边的到恒春这边的山脉，就是会慢慢的在长高起来。
Squeezed by geological forces, Taiwan's landscape is far from settled. And in the distant future, its highest points will reach even closer to the sky. Damon Lin and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally, today we leave you with images of Christmas decorations in Rome. I'm Ethan Liu. Take care, and I'll see you next time.